Let's start with some trivia. Can you name the last federal leader of the NDP who came from Western Canada? And no, I'm not talking about Jagmeet Singh. Stumped? Well, here's a hint. It was the first leader of the party. This guy, Tommy Douglas, the founding father of Canada's universal healthcare system. Douglas resigned as Premier of Saskatchewan to lead the newly formed New Democratic Party in 1961. Yeah, there hasn't been a leader of the party from the West in more than 60 years. The guy after Douglas was from Ontario, and after him, Ontario. She was from the Yukon, her Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, and Ontario again. Yes, Jagmeet Singh represented a BC riding, but he's a former deputy leader of the Ontario NDP. And Singh only ended up in the West because when he became leader of the federal party, he needed a seat, and a Burnaby by-election allowed him to seek one. It was thought to be safe NDP territory until it wasn't.
Tonight, I've been informed a party leader that I'll be stepping down as party leader as soon as an interim leader can be appointed.
Singh's replacement as interim leader is from BC, but considering the party only has 7 seats, there wasn't much to choose from. The map really tells the story here. The NDP is coming off its worst election result in a federal election ever. It was shut out of Atlantic Canada. Took only 1 seat in Quebec on the island of Montreal, took 1 in Winnipeg in Manitoba, took only 1 in Alberta up in Edmonton, took 3 in BC. All the orange you see here at the top in the north, it represents just 1 riding. Now consider this. Provincially, the NDP holds power in Manitoba and BC and is the official opposition in Saskatchewan and Alberta, that province's biggest opposition ever. You don't have to be a political strategist to notice the NDP's strength in Western Canada. And I'm not just talking about the support of voters here. Much of the party's top talent is in the West, the government and opposition staff members, the organizers. A powerful base to build from for a federal party that needs to rebuild. And that's not lost on the person who represents this tiny speck of orange surrounded by all that blue.
I do think there is some real power happening right now in the West with regards to the New Democratic Party.
Heather McPherson is Alberta's lone NDP Member of Parliament. The Edmonton MP has won 3 elections in a row, and in the last 2, no NDP candidate won more convincingly than her. Again, she's a New Democrat from Alberta. But she isn't today's typical federal New Democrat. McPherson supported the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Her views on the energy sector and the jobs that come with it are more similar to David Eby than Jagmeet Singh. That focus on bread and butter issues helped propel the party to power in BC and Manitoba. McPherson thinks it could also work federally.
What we need to do is get back to our roots. We are a working class party. We need to be speaking to workers across this country.
But who will be doing that speaking as leader and where that person is from could be key if the party does try to rebrand as it rebuilds.
I'm getting asked a lot, and it's not something that I've said no to yet, but it's also not something I've said yes to yet.
The rebuild process is only just beginning. What that'll look like hasn't taken shape. But one thing is clear. The NDP's electoral success in the West does present a roadmap.